Hi, this is Bill Koenig for Street Circle Martial Arts, and this is easy takedowns with legs. When you're fighting inside, everybody focuses up here, right? And that's when you get into muscle wars. But people don't look down here a lot of times for the easy things that make sense. So let me show you a couple basic ones that I teach people in classes that are really easy to learn and give you a better chance of grappling inside. So, simple one, my wife used to play this game with her family, and at Thanksgiving, it was really bizarre or whatever. They would walk up to each other and they would bump each other's knees. And I always found that funny, but the reality is it works. So when I do this, I like to do this little bump. So what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll place my foot inside his foot, and you'll see this little bump like this. I use this one a lot because when I come in to take people down, I find bumping them makes it easier to do the takedown. So it's really simple. You just want to come in and bump them, and if you bump them, see how he goes back? Now this gets much easier. Now, if you wanted to take him forward, what you would do is you would bump him and you would kneel down. Sometimes that's just an easy thing to do too, but you just kneel on him and bring him down. So simple, like this, down. Just be careful you don't fall, so you don't put yourself in a bad spot. The bump, I love this one. So a lot of times I'll come in like this, and you'll see this little motion like this. So when I come in, a lot of times, I'll check people like that. See that little bump? You'd be amazed how well that works inside when people don't expect it. So a little bump like this, these get so much easier when you do them. So they're just a little pop. It's almost like you give it a little pop like that inside. You just give it a little like that, and you go into your work. Sometimes when I pop people back, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come in with this little hook. So what you're doing is you're taking this, you gotta envision you're hooking it like this, right? So that it's hooked. If you go in straight, the foot will slide out. And when you do this, you gotta envision you're taking them almost on a 45 that way. It's not straight in, but it's not sideways. It's just that way. Now, is this gonna take him down? I don't know. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But even if it doesn't, you set him for the next motion. And you gotta remember that with these legs. A lot of times when you do these, they're not always takedowns as much as you're in the middle of something and you needed him off balance so that you could go into something better. So I use them as setups a lot. So just pop the leg. Sometimes when people are ways away, what I want to do, because you got to be careful with these. Like a lot of guys, what they do is they reach in to sweep people. And what they'll do is they'll go like this and they overextend. And what all he has to do is put his foot back, and then I'm going down. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people try and put on sweeps like that and they get knocked down. So when you do this, I don't want you to envision this as a sweep. It's more as a dead weight, like if I was dropping like that on him. So if you take your hook kick and you just kind of dead weight him a little bit, all you want to do is take that in and drop it, make it heavy. It can come the other way, like this, and do the same thing. So you have just a heavy weight or an inside heavy weight like this, taking it and dropping the weight on it at the end. So you just give it that little, like that. Now, because you're doing this, it's almost impossible for him to sweep you because it goes like that and then pulls back out. If I leave it, it's trouble for me. Now, if I was going to use it as the sweep, you either have to tip him so that you can come and kick him like that, which is fine. Right? I think everyone knows this one. We go like this, and that way. The other way to do this, which is very nice, is when I do this, if I take my foot and I put it between and I pop. So I use this to pop the knee. So if I come in like this, and I put my foot behind him, and I go like that, it just folds him up. Got to shift him first though. Tip of the day, always make sure he goes like this. If you go like this, and I go like this, he has advantage, he just pulls back. Make sure you tip him, set it, pop, and he goes down. So again, remember with these, when you're doing these, it's really, really important that when you're inside working with people, little bumps, pops, or shifts, or things that allow you to kind of push people with those legs are very unexpected. And most people aren't really ready to defend them. The ones in the back work very well because there's not a great defense for the human body for them. The knee bends this way, the body expects to go that way. So if you clip this, usually he'll go a little bit. He may not go all the way, but at least you'll get a little bend out of it, which will allow you to go into something better. So practice them. Go slow with a partner and work grappling. And in the middle of it, see how you can use these legs to kind of play and bump people to get them to a better position. If you work with this stuff, you'll find they're very effective. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, leave comments, ask questions. Thanks for everything you do. It helps the channel grow.